All right, here we are. We're going to do some, well, hatha yoga today with the emphasis on stretching the inner thighs, the groin, a little bit of strengthening of the glutes and the hips, a few standing poses, and then some yoga tune-up or myofascial release. So if you're watching this at home later on YouTube, you're going to want to get some yoga tune-up balls or tennis balls. I like the yoga tune-up balls because they actually come in this tote, and we'll likely leave them in the tote the whole time today. The other thing that you can do if this is too scratchy for you is you can put them in a sock. You can put them in a sock so that they can separate a little bit, but they won't roll away from you. If you don't have that, tennis balls work just fine as well. And we'll come on to our backs to begin. Props we might use today are yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could use books, maybe a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you could use a pillow. And we'll start by lying down on the bolster, the lengthwise, or a pillow. Or if you don't have that, just lying on your back would be okay. And then soles of the feet come together, and we'll place blocks or books on the outside of our knees here so that it's not too much all at once, the stretch in the inner thighs and the groin. So we're just kind of slowly allowing ourselves to open up here today. And we'll take a few breaths here and just feel where in our body we feel the breath moving. Is it in our belly mostly? Is it in our chest? Is it up in the throat? Could you imagine breathing laterally? And what I mean by that is the sides of the ribs expand on the inhale. And then maybe the belly draws in just a little on the exhale. And I'd love to also invite you to think about breathing into your back. So maybe even feeling the back of the ribs expand on the inhale, pressing against the bolster, pillow, or floor. And then on the exhale, we just draw our belly in just a little bit. And that's not to suck our bellies in and hide our bellies or anything like that, but more just to feel how the abdominal core muscles are so integral to low back health and length and support and stability. So again, we'll just allow ourselves to breathe here. You might notice that your breath kind of automatically gets a little more full, a little deeper when you think about breathing in the front, side, and back body. For me, in these type of poses, I notice things that I have to let go of that have nothing to do with being in the pose, like my jaw. So maybe you notice a little tension at the jaw. You might wiggle your jaw or wiggle your head a little, relax the best you can. And then if you're using blocks, you know, they have 3 positions. So I kind of start mine on the medium and then bring them down to the lower one so that I still feel support, but a little bit more of a stretch there on the inner thighs and groin. And I will remind myself now to remember to do this toward the end of class as well, so that we can kind of see. I like to notice how things change throughout the practice as we warm up slightly. And so now in this supported position, we're going to do the glute strengthening exercise. Now, often we've done this with our legs straight, which tends to be a little bit easier to do. So notice if this feels more awkward or challenging, that's okay. Just do your very best. We'll squeeze the right side of the glutes, then the left side. Let go right, let go left. Squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left. Squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left. Squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left. Now squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right. And then we'll remove the blocks if we're using them and place our feet flat. So we'll kind of heel toe till our feet come flat. Knees are bent, knees are straight up in the air. And we're going to do that again and again. So in different positions, it might feel more or less awkward, and that's okay. We'll just do our very best. Squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left, squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left, squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left, squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left. Now, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right. Now, my dears, our arms are going to come as much like a cactus as feels useful in your body. So it's not painful, but you might feel a stretch there at your shoulders. We're going to push into our feet and just lift our hips up a little bit. So with the bolster or the pillow, hopefully your back is supported, and we can really notice how much strength is there in our legs available to us. Squeeze and lift the pelvic floor here. Try to keep your knees straight above your ankles so they're not falling out to either side. And then squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left, squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left, squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right. Last one, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right, put the butt back down. Soles of the feet come back together, knees open now. And if it's okay, we won't be here too terribly long. We'll keep the blocks out. If it's too much, put the blocks back in. About 5 breaths. That's great. And then we're going to come over onto one side and come up and have a cross-legged seat. And again, we could use the bolster, but we won't be here too terribly long. Again, we're going to try to do that now in this position. Squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left. Squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left. Squeeze right, squeeze left, let go right, let go left. And then squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right. Squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right. Last one, squeeze left, squeeze right, let go left, let go right. Awesome. And then we're going to take our right leg out to the right, our left heel in toward the groin. And then here, we're just going to reach our hands forward a little bit. So maybe you have a block and you're coming forward at an angle. Not super warm yet, so we don't want to go too far here. We're just breathing and noticing and feeling the right inner thigh. Let our breath expand in our back, in our side body. And then we'll walk that block to the inside of the right leg and place our forearm or maybe our elbow there. And then reach our left arm up and over and grab our own head. So we're really stretching open the left side body. Great, and then we'll slowly come back up and switch sides. So we'll draw that right knee in and straighten the left leg out. Right heel comes in toward the groin. We're leaning forward. We'll flex that left foot and come onto maybe our hands on a block, flat back. And just noticing that left inner thigh. Taking some deep breaths into the back body, the side body. And then we'll take this block by the inside of the left knee. Our forearm or our palm might be on the block. And then we'll reach up and over with our right hand and grab that left side of our head, opening the right side body. Try to direct your breath into the right ribs. Great, and then we'll come back up and we'll open both of our legs out wide. Yeah. And then here, we'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach toward your left toes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Reach toward your right toes. Inhale, reach the arms up and then go forward to fingertips. Inhale up. Reach your left toes or either side of the foot to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Reach your right toes or either side of the foot to the floor. Inhale back up and forward to fingertips or palms or forearms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale forward. One more, and we'll hold. Arms up to the left, 5 breaths. Slow and steady through the nose. Inhale up to the right. 5 breaths, slow and steady through the nose. Inhale back up. Come forward for 5 breaths, slow and steady through the nose. Inhale back up. We'll come over to hands and knees, over to hands and knees. Inhale into our cow shape. Exhale, cat. Stay for an inhaling cat. Exhale back to cow. Inhale here. Exhale, cat. Inhale here. Exhale, cow. One more. Inhale here. Exhale, cat. Inhale here. Exhale back to cow. And then downward facing dog, lifting the hips. You might pedal out your legs and sway your hips a little, bring the shoulders away from the ears. We'll take a few breaths in stillness, rooting down through the pointer finger knuckle in particular. And then we're going to walk our hands and feet together about the middle of the mat. Have our feet quite wide and maybe grab opposite elbows, forward fold. And then we'll slowly come up to stand. And as we do, we'll face the long edge of the mat, feet about hip distance. Hands might come to our hips. We'll lift our right knee up. And then bring the right leg behind you like you're going to kick your butt. Keep the knee bent. Then the right knee up. And then behind you like you're going to kick the butt. And then the right knee up. And behind you. Then this time, right knee up. Open the knee. Back to center. Open the knee. Back to center. Open the knee. Place your foot probably below the knee. Tree pose, arms might reach up. And if you start to sway, just go with it. See what happens if you're not trying to be so still, but you bring some movement. And then finding some sense of stillness. And then we'll replace that foot back down, probably shake out the left leg a little bit. And then left knee up. Heel back toward the butt. Left knee up. Heel back. Left knee up. Heel back. Left knee up. Open to the left. Back to center. Open to the left. Back to center. Open and find tree pose. Arms reach up, belly draws in. Maybe look at a point in the floor that's not moving. Notice your breath. And then place your foot back down. You might shake out your right leg. And then stand wide. So perhaps your feet are underneath your wrists. Turn your right toes to face toward the right. Left toes face slightly that direction, like 80 degrees. Bend your right knee, warrior two. Straighten that right leg, triangle pose. Try not to touch maybe just your knee, not knee lower. Trying to keep that strength, that integrity, so you could actually move your right arm by your ear, at your heart. Yeah. Come back. And we'll switch sides. Left toes out toward the left. Right toes slightly that direction, about 80 degrees. Bending that left knee, warrior two. And we'll straighten the left leg. Placing our hand maybe just below the knee. We'll try to keep it though, so we could move that left arm by our ear to the heart. And then just gently let it rest against the leg. Great, and then we'll come back to center. Turn our feet to face the long edge of the mat quite wide. Folding forward, hands might come to the floor. Forearms might come to the floor. Crown of the head might come to the floor. See what works. You might grab your ankles, see what works. 5 breaths here. And then we'll halfway lift. Nice flat back. Heel, toe. Turn your heels in, toes out. Goddess pose. You're in goddess pose. Weight is in the heels. Great, and then straighten your arms, straighten your legs. And we'll come back to downward facing dog. If your heels never touch in down dog, that's not the point, so that's totally fine. And then we're going to bring our knees down and bring our knees really wide and bring our weight back, so hips toward the heels, and see if you can bring your chest and forehead or side of the head to the floor. So this is, again, stretching the inner thighs a little bit, walking your arms forward. And from this wide-legged child's pose, we'll bring ourselves forward onto our bellies in Sphinx. So remember Sphinx, the elbows are right underneath the shoulders. We'll push into our arms and draw our belly in, and then bring our right ear to the right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. And then bring your shoulders away from your ears, push into the whole length of your forearms, in particular your palms of your hands and your wrists. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, draw the heart forward, draw the belly in, lengthening the low back as you support the low back with your core muscles. 5 long breaths here. Great. And then we'll bend our right knee, reach back there with our right hand, grab hold of that foot if you can, and then draw the heel toward your butt, tuck your tail. You can come down, create a little pillow with your left forearm for your chin or your forehead. Keep tucking the tail. That's going to kind of be the key here. Stretching the front of that right thigh. And then if you can reach the ankle, flex the foot. We'll come back onto our left forearm. So like Sphinx in the left forearm, but we're kicking our right foot into our right hand. So it's a bit of a back strengthener. We'll stay for 5 long breaths. And then we'll come back down, draw that heel in toward the butt again, tuck your tail. And release that side. Come back to Sphinx. Pushing in, especially in the pads of your hands and your wrists, drawing the heart forward, shoulders down away from the ears, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. Several more times in that way at your own pace. And bring your head back to center. Draw the heart forward and stay for 5 breaths. Draw your belly in, support the length of your low back. And then reach back and grab hold of your left foot with your left hand. We'll tuck our tail, draw the left heel toward the booty, create a pillow with your right forearm for your head or your chin, and breathe. What happens if you keep tucking your tail under, drawing your belly in a little? And then wiggle your hand down if you can, more toward the ankle. We'll come to Sphinx on the right, kick the left heel in to the hand or the left ankle or foot, whatever you've got. So it's a bit of a back bend. And then draw the heel in toward the booty again, 5 more breaths as you come forward. Keep tucking the tail. That's the key here, to feel the stretch in the front of the left thigh. And we'll release that side. We'll push ourselves up just to come over onto our backs. We'll have our yoga tune-up balls handy because we'll do that soon. But we'll come back to soles of the feet together, knees open, arms above the head. So see where you're at now. Can you keep them just like this, or do you want to place some blocks on your outer thighs or pillows for extra support? Notice, with a little bit of emphasis there on warming up the groin, if it feels any different or if it feels relatively the same, that's okay too. You might change the cross of your arms. And then let's heel, toe, our feet flat. So our knees come together and they're pointed straight up. And then we'll continue to heel toe the feet wide. So the feet might even get as wide as the edge of your mat and the knees tent toward one another. And then right leg goes up to the sky. You might keep your left knee bent, or you could straighten it, or it could be somewhere kind of in between. We'll do small circles with our right leg. And then medium circles, draw your belly in, keep the pelvis stabilized. And then largish circles. Largest circles the other direction. One way is likely more challenging for you, or even a little crunchy, or, if your hip is making any funny noises, make the circle smaller. And then we'll all do medium. And then small. And then half happy baby on this right side. So some folks might reach for the foot, but you can also reach behind the knee or for your ankle. Or you could have a strap around your foot, whatever works. And then thread the needle on this right side. So right ankle, left knee in a figure 4, you could reach between your legs for the back of that left thigh, or you could just hold on to the right leg. Your left leg could straighten up toward the sky or remain bent, whatever feels right to you. Likely there's a spot somewhere along there between straight and bent where it actually feels like a good place to remain for the stretch on the right hip. So we're looking to find that. And we'll release, bring both feet to the earth and then straighten the left leg up to the sky. And you get to choose whether the right knee remains bent or straight or somewhere in between. I kind of like somewhere in between myself. And then we'll do small circles on the left. Medium. Here's where we got to draw our belly in so we stabilize the pelvis so our hips aren't going all over the place. They're anchored. And then largish. Large the other direction. Medium. And small. Half happy baby on the left. And then thread the needle on this left side. So left ankle, right knee. And then you can straighten the right leg up and then bend it and kind of find your spot where it feels useful. Again, often in between bent and straight for me personally. Then, my dears, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and see if we can interlace our fingers around the pinky toe edge sides of the feet and draw the heels toward the groin. You might feel, of course, the stretch in the groin here, but you might also try to let your arms just go. If they can become sort of heavy, you can sort of feel your mid back here, at least some of us. And if that's true for you, you might really deepen your breath where you feel your mid back expand on the inhale. And on the exhale, draw the belly in, even squeeze the pelvic floor. So it's kind of a Kegel pelvic floor strengthener as well. Maybe 5 more breaths here. If you tell your shoulders to relax, look, you might see what happens. I'm always amazed at how tight I hold myself till I remind myself to relax. Some weird conditioning. And then we'll release. Thank you, sweet body. All right, my dears, we're going to get our yoga tune-up balls. And since we focused on Monday on the shoulders, today we'll focus on the low back a little bit and the hips. So you might have the balls in the tote or you might prefer them out. That is going to be your choice. We're going to start with the balls in that vertical shape. If you have smaller medium balls, they're going to go in that vertical shape on the left side of the low back. And they're in pretty close to the spine. If you were using the larger balls, you would just use one and place that ball, oh dear, yes, on the left side of the low back. We will bring our left ankle to our right knee and flex that left foot, and then very gently begin to windshield wiper until you find a spot, which might not be hard to find, in that sweet low back of yours. We'll focus on slowing our breath down. We'll also focus on lengthening our exhale and our tolerance to holding the breath out. So what I mean by that is we'll inhale to the count of 4 and try to exhale to 8 and see if you can pause for another 4 counts before you inhale again. If that's too much, then 3, 6, 3, or 2, 4, 2. Whatever works for you. I don't want you to feel anxious. Let's see if we can inhale to 4, exhale to 8, pause for 4 before we breathe in again. Great, and then we'll move the balls a little bit to the left, a little bit to the left. And as you do, as it moves away from the spine, you might be able to have a little bit more freedom in your windshield wiper movement. You might stay where your knees are coming slightly to the left. And we'll focus again, if we can, inhale 4, exhale 8, pause 4. If that pause is too much, just pause as long as you can, without getting anxious. And then we'll move the ball just a little bit more to the left. So we're kind of aiming now for the side waist, which is usually a pretty good spot there as well. You can keep your legs like this, moving them a little bit to the left. Some folks like half happy baby here, be with whatever works for your body. And again, we'll try to lengthen the exhale. Inhale 4, exhale 8, maybe pause 4. And then we'll very slowly release the balls out, release the shape of our legs, place a block or a pillow between your knees and twist to the left, or to the right, excuse me, to the right. So we're stretching this left side, the side we just rolled. Legs go to the right. Great, and then we'll come back to center and do the other side. So smaller balls, we're having them in that vertical way on the right side of the low back. Larger balls, you just use one and pretty close to the spine. And then right ankle, left knee, my word. So you might start to windshield wiper the legs, or maybe it's real tender like mine and you just stay put. Focus on inhale to the count of 4, exhale to 8, pause up to 4 counts. And then, my dears, we'll move the balls a little bit to the right. And maybe again, there's a little bit more freedom in how much you can windshield wiper the legs. Finding that spot. Oof, maybe the legs go a little bit to the right. And focusing on our breath. Inhale 4, exhale 8, pause up to 4. And one more time out to the right, where you might keep your legs in the same shape. See what works for you. Some folks like half happy baby here, or really let that right knee open out to the right, whatever feels useful. Focusing on our breath. And then, my dears, we'll release the balls, place a block or a pillow between the knees, and now we'll twist to the left, stretching that right side. And breathe naturally and effortlessly. And then we'll come back to center, and the balls, we'll see if you can keep them in the tote. You might take them out. It might be good if there's space between them. We'll see how it goes. We're going to place them on either side of the sacrum, and legs go up. So they're in that horizontal way. We'll move them slightly to the right, feeling that right hip. And that right SI joint. That can be so tight and tender for folks. And then the legs go slightly to the left, feeling the left hip, SI joint. Noticing what's true on this side. And then legs come back to center. See if you can stack your legs in a way over your hips where it feels effortless to have them up. And then we'll bend our knees, place our feet down, take the balls out, place the hips down, let the feet be wider than your hips, knees 10 toward one another. We'll stay here for our Shavasana corpse pose, or You can straighten your legs if that's more comfortable for you. Let your breath be natural and easy. Allow yourself the grace of fully being here in this body with this breath at rest. And then we'll make our way to one side for a breath or two. And then slowly up to a seat. We'll bring our palms to our heart in whatever shape it feels natural to you today, and bow our heads slightly, thanking ourselves for making this time to be with our bodies and our breath. Grateful for the practice of yoga. In the spirit of peace, we say Shanti, Shalom, Salam, Amani, Maluhia, Irini, Shiakan, Jum, Pache, Paz. In the spirit of our collective truth and liberation, we say, Ashe, Amin, Amen, blessed be, Tapu Aloha, in Lakach, Satnam, Namaste, Matakwayasan, Black Lives Matter.